All right, triangle mid-segment formula. Okay, a little bit different than what we were doing before. Okay, so pretty new. Make sure that you are following along on pages 2 and 3 of your book. Okay, a mid-segment of a triangle is a segment connecting the midpoints of the two sides of the triangle. Okay, so our mid-segment of this, since it connects the two opposite points right here, is going to be DE, we call our mid-segment. Okay, it connects the midpoints, so that means BD and DA are congruent, and BE and EC are congruent. Okay, if a segment joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, then the segment is going to be parallel to the third side. Okay, so DE and AC are going to end up being parallel to the third side, and it's going to be half as long. Okay, so if we're looking up there, okay, if DE is the mid-segment of that triangle, okay, then we are going to know that DE is going to be parallel to AC, and we are also going to know that DE is going to be 1/2 of AC. Okay, or you can also say that AC is twice what DE is. Okay, so if we're looking at this, we can identify parallel segments. Okay, because so if I'm looking at my triangle different ways, I can go QS goes with XY. So I can say QS is parallel to XY. Excuse my writing, my pen keeps going out. Okay, and then we can look at it with this side here and this side down here. So we can say QR is parallel to WY. Okay, so we did those two, we did these two, and the only ones that we have left now, if I switch colors, I've got this side of my triangle and this mid-segment right here, so I have RS being parallel to XW. Okay. Same thing goes over here. You got to look at all three sides of the triangle. So you've got GH is going with JL. So GH is going to be parallel to JL. And then we've got this side of the triangle. So I have this time FH is going to be parallel to JK this time. And then my third side of my triangle that I've got to look at is right here. This side I haven't done, and that's going to go with this guy. So that's GF is going to be parallel to my KL. Okay. So here we've got LM and N are midpoints of the sides of P, Q, and R. So we have PR, so this whole thing down here is 46. We have PQ, this whole thing over here is 40. And we have LN, this little guy right here is 17. So we should be able to figure out all the other sides of my triangle. So LM is parallel to PR, so we know that it's half of what PR is. So half of PR is going to be 23. Okay. MN is going to be half of PQ, because those two go together. So MN is going to be 20. QR is this side, and since I know LN, that's going to be twice, so that's going to be 34. I have to double my mid-segment to get that guy. And then if QR, if this whole thing is 34, remember that M is a midpoint right here, so this is going to split this into 2. So this is going to be 17, and this is going to be 17. So MR is going to give us 17 right there. Okay. Same thing over here. Okay. We've got FG. We know this little guy is 9. We know GH is 7. And we know CD is 24. So if I need CE, CE goes with GH. I'm going to go twice of what GH is, so that's 14. DE is this big guy, goes with 9. So twice that is 18. And FH is going to be half of CD. So that's 12. So we said DE was 18. We said CE was 14. They want the perimeter of CDE. So we got to add up those 3 sides. And we are going to get 56 when we add up those 3 sides. Okay? Same thing, we can do this algebraically. Okay, so what I usually do is I double the little one. So 2 times 7x gives me 14x is going to equal 17x minus 18. So I move those over. 3x is going to be 18, and x is going to give me 6. Okay. Same thing here. I like to double the little one. I think it's way easier. So 12x, make sure you are distributing, plus 62 is going to be equal to 19x minus 36. So if I do this right, I end up with 7x equals 98, and x is going to be 14. Okay, so when I double that, be careful because it's 2 times my 6x plus 31. Okay. Same thing here, except if you're finding DE and RT, you got to plug in your x once you find it. I think that you guys are good with that. Okay, same thing, we've got mid-segments. They want the perimeter, so we've got to find these. 42, we've got to double it. We've got 84 over here. 49, if I'm going to double my 49, I'm going to get 98. Here I'm going to have to figure out what x is. So I'm going 2 times 6x minus 1 equals 13x minus 10. 12x minus 2 equals 13x minus 10. We end up with x equals 8. Okay. I have to go ahead, make sure that you're plugging that back in. We get this side to be 94. And then we got to add up all our sides. And we end up with 276 when I add up all my sides. Okay. Angles, we're going to have to use a whole bunch of properties that we know. Okay. I know that this is going to be a linear pair. So angle 2 is going to give me 53. Remember, I have parallel lines. That's going to be the biggest thing. So 2 goes with 1. So that's also going to be 53. Those are corresponding angles. Okay. 59 goes with angle 4. Corresponding angles. Okay. I know that angle 2 is 53. I can go through, I can add those all together and get 68 for angle 3, because I've got a little triangle here. It's got to equal 180. And then I've got angle 5 is going to go with angle 3, corresponding, oh no, those aren't corresponding angles, sorry, my bad. But I do have a linear pair right here. So that's going to be 121. Okay. Here, linear pair between 1 and 18. So that makes 162. Okay, 1 and 5 go together. Corresponding angle, 62. You've got triangles here, so you can go ahead and make sure they equal 180. It's going to make angle 2, 23. Angle 4 goes with it because it's a corresponding angle for 2 and 4. And then you've got a linear pair right here. So that's going to make angle 3, 148. Can't write it over there. 148. Okay. And then the last part, you've got to know your angles. Okay, if they are in separate spots, so here and here, corresponding angles are equal to each other. 7x plus 4 equals 10x minus 10. So in this case, you've got 15 equals 3x, and x is going to give you 5. Okay. If they're in this position, now they are consecutive interior, and consecutive interior are going to add up to 180. So you've got 5x plus 2 plus 11x minus 30 is going to equal your 180. Okay, so you can go through and solve it. You've got 16x minus 28 equals 180. 16x equals 208. And x is going to give you 13. Okay, corresponding down here, so they're in the same position, opposite sides of the line. Okay, corresponding angles, set them equal to each other. Angles that are in the same position, okay, are on the same side of that transversal, same side, interior, consecutive interior, are going to add up to 180. So be careful with that. Okay, your assignment for today is pages 4 and 5. Good luck.